What's up, guys? Welcome into Packers Total Access Family Night Edition. My name is Clayton. You can check us out on packernet.com. Find me on Twitter at Packers_access. Email us, PackersTotalAccess@gmail.com. You can text us 865-658-5824. Join alongside Jacob. The countdown is over. Family Night is about to begin. Jacob, you excited, man?
Yeah, I just now as we're going, I just got like super nervous, like my butterflies, like I usually get right before the start of a real game.
Right.
Obviously, it's not the same energy, but it's about as close as you can get to an actual game. Do you know, is the stadium sold out tonight?
I'm not sure if it's sold out. Let's see if we can pull up some tweets here and find out for sure. And surely someone, I know Paul Brettel posted a picture way earlier that was showing the stadium, but it obviously wasn't a more recent picture. Let's see what we can find here real quick as we get this thing cranked up. Oh, ooh, we got sound somewhere.
Yeah.
I gotta watch that. I got it muted. Why is it playing? All right, here we go.
Yeah, they're saying it's sold out. Ron saying that. John saying it's sold out.
Heck yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man.
Ooh, I got the stream. It's up and running for me. Is it running for you?
It sure is, man.
Ooh, I'm getting excited. Wow, it looks beautiful.
Yeah, no doubt, dude. They this new picture we got right here, they tweeted it out earlier tonight too. So obviously the field is just looking absolutely immaculate, man. You know, they were talking about how family night has been kind of cursed ever since Brett Favre rolled into town when he decided, hey, no, I do want to play. And they said, no, you ain't. You're going to sit up in that box because the storms and everything that seem to hit every year. This year, obviously, it's clear skies, man, for sure. Looks like they got Wayne Larrivee and Larry McCarron on the call. Wish we could share the audio too. I just got to be real careful. So, yeah.
That would be great.
It would, but we ain't going to do it. All right. So we're going to give you guys live updates as we go along here and just really talk. We're going to lean on the chat a lot. What you guys want to talk about, we'll kind of lean on it the majority of the night and hit on those comments and just kind of give you guys updates as we go through the evening here as far as on Twitter with all the reporters and everybody kind of keeping up with what's going on. So,
yeah. Respect to Oranges was asking, it's not a dumb question. We haven't really covered it yet. He said he did not research. Sorry, where can we stream this? For the first time ever, the Packers are making it publicly available to stream. If you go to Packers.com, it should load right on the homepage, but that's what mine did at least. It just kicked right in. So go to Packers.com. It should be on the homepage and just start streaming. And I'm really getting excited right here.
Yeah, so that's all you got to do is just go to Packers.com. What you can do is open up a separate window there and keep us up going too. And, you know, a lot of times what I found myself doing during family night, it was just kind of not a whole lot of substance to the commentary, although I love Wayne and I love Larry. We're going to try to give some topics and talk about some of the camp battles that are going to be going on tonight as well. So let's go ahead and share the screen here. Pull this up from Matt Schneemann, kind of cool. Earlier, he had tweeted this out, and you see them filing in, Jacob. It's going to be a big crowd for sure. And I'm pretty sure just now our boy Rob Domofsky actually just tweeted out a picture showing a pretty good crowd filing in as well. So what we do have in the meantime here as things get kicked off, got a really cool article from Bill Huber, if you want me to hit on that. And it's just talking about kind of what to expect tonight as they're getting everything kicked off. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit before action gets cranked up there at Lambeau for family night. So let's go ahead and share that article real quick if I can find it here. Here we go. I think this is it. Yeah, Bill Huber put this out earlier today. It says Packers Family Night, how to watch, what to watch tonight. Obviously, we just explained to you how to watch, okay? It's going to be on Packers.com. Here are the 6 things that Bill Huber says to watch at Packers Family Night. First of all, one-on-ones, okay? It says before team drills begin, Coach Matt LaFleur likely will have one-on-ones in the practice script. Receiver Romeo Doubs versus Jair Alexander will be worth the price of admission. When receivers and tight ends face cornerbacks and safeties, Doubs is one of the NFL's premier route runners, and Alexander is one of the league's top cornerbacks. Those matchups, quote, definitely make Alexander better. I think Doubs is a close second for being one of my top receivers in the league, Alexander said. I always want to go against Doubs. The dude's freaking really good. He come in his rookie year not catching a single pass on me. Now we're going up for 50-50 balls now. Dude is really good. So obviously he's building Romeo Doubs up. Jacob, that's one of the things to watch tonight, man. That one-on-one matchup there is going to be awesome between Romeo Dobbs and Jair Alexander for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be the most highlighted, but honestly, I want to see a lot of these different battles. We talked about how important it is for Stokes to keep up the good, pace that he's had. I want to see more of our receivers, though. I haven't, I feel like I haven't heard a lot from Watson. I haven't heard a lot from Reed as much as I would like. I've heard quite a bit about Wicks, and I don't know, man. I'm excited. I haven't gotten a chance to really hone in because when you only get certain little clips when you're watching certain practice footage, and it's from quite a ways away. And no hate on anybody that's risking trying to get us the videos to us. I'm not complaining for sure, but it'll be really nice to actually see something that's on a football view on TV, zoomed in. We can rewind and really look over some of these plays, which I'm sure we'll do on an upcoming episode. So yeah, it's just going to be a chance to really have a little bit better research into what our players look like at this point.
Yeah, one thing I'm excited to see too is if they're going to have this kind of on loop on replay on the website. That would be awesome.
That would be cool.
Yeah, play in the background over the weekend would be really cool. So, it looks like the kickers and the punters is out there, and Larry is actually with Coach LaFleur right now. So they're just about to get things kicked off. You just do me a favor, Jacob. Help me keep things marked in the chat that we can so we can hit on some of these comments for sure. Here we go. Prison Matt says, all right, I got y'all set up on the TV, commenting through phone. Commenting through phone and watching Family Night on the iPad. Look at my man. Technical genius over there. That's what I'm talking about. I appreciate you hanging out with us for sure. John in the chat says Wyatt versus Morgan worth a look. There you go, man. Get a little Devontae Wyatt in a 1-3 tech on that right side and going up against Jordan Morgan. I've been really impressed with Jordan Morgan, man. I really have, Jacob. And again, I've seen another article today going the Packers really screwed up, with their first round pick, seeing he's just playing guard. I'm like, what do you got? What are we talking about here, man? This dude's going to be a starter day one. Is this really how we're approaching this? So what do you think about Jordan Morgan so far, man? You've been pretty impressed?
Yeah, I mean, like you just said, I mean, to think that you would scoff or somehow find some way to hate on a draft pick because he's a quote-unquote guard, a starting guard. I mean, I don't understand that logic. The only thing I could understand is if you were really sold on the fact that you don't need to draft a guard in the first round kind of thing. But we've talked about it just in the last week or so, that the fact that he is so capable and talented and athletic that he can just slip into starting guard role, while then we'll develop him to be either a swing tackle / a replacement tackle, either on the left or right side if the situation ever calls for it. But why would you not want your best 5 on the field? And if that means you have 2 pretty good, I mean, there was John's talking about how he wants to see Walker and how he's been looking solid. Like, imagine that. And if you have a really decent tackle, left tackle, I think you're set there. Tom's a great right tackle. I don't want to mess that up. If Morgan's a great guard, then plug him in and let's play. Like, it seems
absolutely
pointless.
Coach Lynn also said D-line and O-line one-on-ones will be good also. The one-on-one matchups there are great, especially with them in pads, right? That first week they do a little one-on-one action and obviously have the pads off. It makes it very difficult on the offensive line. Now you're starting to see that kind of the offensive line and the offense in general is starting to catch up just a touch to the defense. Jacob, one thing I was really, really happy with was we talked about how offenses typically struggle in camp early. It's all across the league, hands down. And even if you've got a coaching staff that's returning like the Packers, Matt LaFleur and his system still in place, right? You're not, implementing a new offense. It takes a little while to get going. It seemed like the second that Jordan Love stepped on the field, struggled a little bit, but then bang, the offense just kind of started to catch fire, didn't he? He started dropping bombs to Watson down the field, 45 yards down the field. Tay Wicks kind of took over. Romeo Dobbs doing his thing against Jair Alexander. Pretty cool to see Jordan Love kind of take that, or at least make that big of a difference right off the bat, man.
Yeah, and like you said, it wasn't perfect right away, but it was basically kind of how we've known Jordan Love. It was a little rocky start. It was like what that first series was. At one point, I think he was 1 for 7 or something stupid like that. And I remember you actually told people, like, hey, just everybody pump the brakes. This first practice, maybe
before he even got out there, didn't I? Was like,
yeah. He's like, this is going to be, knocking some cobwebs off, shaking the dust off. So maybe just pump the brakes. But hey, by the end of practice and then definitely into the next day, you saw that patented Jordan Love where once he kind of calms down, it almost like, you remember when Brett Favre, his thing was like, he took him like a quarter to calm down. He'd be just always just throwing no more rocket balls. I'm tuned up, like all that. I remember my dad always saying that, like when I was a young kid. I remember my dad and my grandpa and my uncles, and they'd always, it'd be like halfway through the first quarter, they're like, all right, he's starting to settle in. He's starting to calm down. This is where he'll turn it on. He's just got to calm down. And it was like,
Definitely.
I think Jordan Love, you could see that in his career. It started a little shaky. And then more specifically last year, obviously we saw what happened the first 8 games compared to the last 9. So we're used to it.
Definitely. So number 2 on the list here for Bill Huber of things to watch tonight during family night. Man, that shot of Lambeau was just absolutely gorgeous. But he said, number 2, Jordan Love versus the number 1 defense. We kind of talked about that, right? The defense has won most of the first 9 practices. However, quarterback Jordan Love has heated up after sitting out the start of camp. On Thursday, he went 15 of 20 passing with a few big-time throws. Help me out there, Jacob.
Sorry, were we looking?
On the article on the screen. Interspersed is what he said.
Interspersed, yeah.
There's another one. Never mind. I'm definitely getting back in the rhythm, Love said. I feel like training camp, the speed is always so much faster. I feel like there's your little Jim Beam commercial, in case you guys were wondering. Let's just get a copyright for that. That'd be hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
I'm definitely getting back in the rhythm, Love said. I feel like training camp, the speed is always so much faster. I feel like everybody's got that energy and they're flying around, especially at the start. Quote, definitely something I'm just getting back to playing fast and trying to keep myself slowed down in the midst of all of it. Trying to not get sped up myself with my feet and my reads, which I think is something I'm trying to focus on right now. With Love heating up, the offense has been much more competitive, is what Bill Huber said. So let's go to the comments real quick, see what everybody's saying. I know Rick in here said Dobbs versus Alexander is what he's excited to see. Harry Cheese, maybe the coolest name in the chat. People really need to calm down about Morgan being a guard starting out. Can always move down the road. Absolutely. Completely agree. And again, if Rasheed Walker's the hot hand at left tackle, then guess what? You got a quality starting left tackle playing right guard. Bro, that is just phenomenal in my opinion. So completely agree there, Harry Cheese. John in the chat said, want to see Lloyd look good in pass pro and ball security. There you go. Now we're talking details. Ball security, that was really the only issue with Marshawn Lloyd, Jacob, was he did fumble quite a bit, but other than that, he was I think he was in the top 10, maybe top 5 in college football in yards per carry last year.
Yeah, I know that was the biggest thing that he was even, I think, self-diagnosed problem that he admitted, like, was ball control. And I want to say that wasn't it more pronounced when he was at South Carolina, or am I maybe making that up? I can't remember. I thought that there was maybe a stint during his career where it was a bigger problem than as of late, where he possibly maybe shored some of that up. But I know I've noticed it a few times. I don't know if I ever brought it up on the podcast. He does seem to really tuck that ball in a very interesting way compared to other running backs. It's almost like it's completely vertical. And I don't know, maybe we'll see it tonight and you can tell me if I'm crazy, but I don't know if that's like an adaptation or a overcorrection from him having those ball security issues, but I'm interested to see if maybe the coaches have tried to swish that a little bit. Cause I mean, I'm telling you, it was weird almost the way he would run. It was like,
yeah, definitely. Respect Orange just says, fingers crossed, no injuries. There you go. That would be a successful night right there for sure. Prison Matt said, all these new coaches getting a glimpse of Packer fans tonight, sold out on family night, laughing emoji. You know, they have got to be absolutely fired up, man. Eric Sutherland says, family, deer hunting, and the Green Bay Packers. Jacob, I know you'll drink to that, won't you, my friend?
Oh, yeah. That's all we've really got. It's up here.
All we got. Oh, Doug in the chat says, Holmgren pleading with Favre, quote, no more rocket balls, please. He's got some of the best sound bites, man. Great time in Packer history for sure. Yeah, Coach Lynn says the same thing. I just want everyone to get out of Lambeau healthy tonight. Somebody going to buy some Jim Beam Black tonight. I promise you that, Jacob. Hey, it's all over the screen this evening. But since they're trying to get some advertisement in, why don't we do this real quick and give a shout out to our friends, the good folks over at the awesome Ticket King, the official ticket provider of Packer Fan Total Access Live, Wisconsin-based since 1992, specializing in Packers tickets. They are Wisconsin's largest ticket source with offices next to Lambeau Field and in Milwaukee. Just click on the link in the video description here. That'll send you to theticketking.com where you can register for free as a customer and go ahead and get your shopping done there for Packers tickets this year. They make it convenient. They make it quick. And again, if you want to talk to somebody face-to-face, just drop into one of those 2 locations there. Give you a good reason to swing by the Pro Shop as well. So Ticket King, the official ticket provider of Packer Fan Total Access. We appreciate them sponsoring the show. All right, let's get back to the article here for just a second. We'll keep hitting on your comments too. So the third thing on Bill Huber's list to watch for tonight is linebackers. It says one of the under the radar storylines of camp has been the play of the linebackers. The starting trio of Quay Walker, Isaiah McDuffie, and Eric Wilson has been tremendous. Walker is in the middle linebacker and flanked by McDuffie and Wilson. Those two probably are the team leaders in tackles this summer, with many of them coming near or behind the line of scrimmage. Wilson has been so good that second-round pick, Edgerrin Cooper, has been unable to move past him on the depth chart. Quote, our goal is to be the best linebacker room in the NFL, McDuffie said. Jacob, I'm all about getting Edgerrin Cooper on the field, but let me tell you something, man. If whether it's McDuffie or it's Eric Wilson, if they're a notch above Edgerrin Cooper right now, that was the big thing that Greg Cosell talked about with Edgerrin Cooper. He said, he's my top linebacker in the draft, but it's going to take a year or two to get acclimated to the NFL because he's so raw. He's just a physical beast for sure. So what do you think about that, man? Do you think that there's a legit shot that it could be McDuffie and Wilson flanking Quay Walker playing the mic?
Yeah, I mean, just kind of like what you said. I want the best out there. I don't care who it is. I have no allegiance to, I love the draft picks. Obviously, you guys know I'm a big fan of Coop, big fan of Bullard. And in that same vein, if Oladapo and Williams are crushing it, then I just want the best people out there that deserve to be out there. Now, that being said, I would hope that maybe midway through the year, Edgerrin could maybe take that leap, because I just believe he's so talented that once maybe the game speed slows down for him and he's not having to either process things, or maybe he's starting to process things faster and all that, I'd like to see him out there. But like, I've been a fan of McDuffie too forever. And Eric Wilson's just one of those guys that you can't, he just consistently performs, and I would say overperforms for wherever he's been in his career. So yeah, it's a great problem to have. Again, we haven't even talked about Tyron Hopper yet, so that's pretty cool. Hopper? Can't remember.
Hopper. I always want to say Hooper too. Anthony Nunya Business 420. What's that 420 about there, sir? He says in the chat, link to the stream. Just go to Packers.com. You'll see it right there on the main screen. They've got the live feed tonight. You can open it in a separate window, put it up on another device, and we're going to be talking about what's going on this evening and just kind of talking Packers as we're all watching it together, if you will. We cannot put it on the screen. That's illegal. We definitely want to honor the fact that the Packers, for the first time ever, to the best of my knowledge, have actually made it, to where everyone at a distance can watch. So let's make sure we don't screw that up as a fan base for sure. United Bates says, just bought my tickets through the Ticket King today. That's what I'm talking about, Bates. Appreciate the support, buddy. Appreciate the support there, man. All right, let's get back to the article here. Number 4 on the list, Jacob. Let's see if we can find it here. Is new safeties. Says safety was arguably the worst position on the Packers last year. It might become one of the best if it appears. As it appears, General Manager Brian Gutekunst did a masterful job of rebuilding that group. Veteran Xavier McKinney, who was signed in free agency, is one of the top players in the league at the position. X is doing a phenomenal job back there, Love said. He's a playmaker. He's always around the ball. He's always hunting that ball. So I'm excited to see what he can do this year. Rookies Javon Bullard and Evan Williams and second-year player Anthony Johnson are in a fierce competition to be the other starter. Bullard, a second-round pick, has been the other number 1 safety in 4 of 9 practices based on the rotation. Williams, the 4th-round pick, could be with McKinney on Saturday. So obviously the safety room picking up big time there. So, yeah, there you go. Xavier McKinney in the safety room is another one that they're excited about displaying tonight. So I know we had a pretty deep conversation about that this week on the show as we were kind of, keeping up with what was going on in camp. And I don't know, man. It just kind of feels like to me that
they're about ready to run out of the tunnel here, Clayton.
Are they? God, I wish we could show it. That'd be awesome.
So excited.
Who's leading them out? That's right. Look at that. Jacob Eason. That's what I'm talking about. I think they get the majority of them out there, and then they'll probably do an intro for some of the
There's Jordan
players, right? If you guys would take a quick second, hit that like button for us. Let's boost this algorithm, help other Packer fans find this stream and find this channel. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us as we kick off the 2024 Green Bay Packers season with Family Night, man. Really excited about this evening. Coach Lynn says kicking battle should be interesting also. It's funny you mentioned that, Coach, because number 5 on this list, there they come out of the tunnel. Let's go. Jordan did lead them out, by the way. So the quarterback's out first. Everybody getting the crowd pumped up. Let's go, man. That's what I'm talking about. Looked like the quarterbacks actually stopped at the goal line as soon as they got on the field and stopped and gave everybody a 5 as they run out of the tunnel. So Pretty cool there. Jordan's getting them in the huddle, breaking them down right now. Tucker Kraft out there got some cool shades on. Obviously, he's not in pads this evening. Matt LaFleur got the beard lined up, the eyebrows looking good. Jacob, there's your report on that. All right, man. Coach Lynn did say, though, kicking battle should be interesting also. Number 5 on Bill Huber's list here is kicking competition. Greg Joseph is hot. Anders Carlson is not. Joseph, who was see if I can get this pulled back up. Joseph, who was signed in free agency, went 7 for 7 on Thursday and has made 14 in a row. Carlson, the incumbent, who had a rocky rookie season, went 5 of 7 on Thursday. Overall, Joseph is 29 of 31 with a 93.5% hit rate, while Carlson is 25 of 31 at 80.6%. So obviously, that's probably as boring as it sounds. I'm with Coach Lynn. That's the thing I'm most excited about watching tonight, getting those guys in front of that crowd, a little bit of wind at Lambeau, and seeing how they do for sure.
Real quick, dude, that was such a cool moment. It was right after they ran out, and it was just a split second. You can't see the whole conversation, but you can tell LaFleur is walking with Hafley, or Hafley runs up behind LaFleur, and he goes, holy sh-, because he can see how much, and LaFleur goes, I told you, and Hafley goes, wow, or like you could see him like, wow, like it was really cool. You could see that in that moment, Hafley was crazy impressed, and LaFleur was like, I told you, dude. Like, it was cool, man. I wish I could we could find that clip.
Like, yeah, I'm looking right now to see if anybody tweeted it out immediately. I'm not seeing it, but that's awesome. And there is a clip of him carrying the play chart, the play call, whatever you want to call it, on the field with, and probably got the script in hand too. So Coach Lynn says he wants to see Williams and Johnson Jr. and Bullard compete tonight. Evan Williams, man, Jacob, what a pleasant surprise that dude's been, dude. That guy is like they said, they described it best. He's always around the ball, man, always.
Yep. That's what Chewy caught when I said, he says LaFleur said, told you. It was cool. It was really cool.
Heck yeah. Doug in the chat said, was impressed with the locker room interview Greg Joseph gave. Long, detailed, thoughtful guy. There you go. So Greg Joseph, man, you never listen. Again, I love Anders Carlson. I want him to pan out. You guys know I defended him to the end last year. But if there's a better kicker that we got on the roster, play that dude. That's the way I feel. I don't get personally attached to players personally. It's just me. I really, really don't. Ben Holden says, let's hear some extra play-by-play. Let us know what you see if Wayne Larrabee doesn't point it out. Man, I don't think I can run the pod and do that and not have people bored to death. Jacob, you might be able to, though, man, if you want to keep up with it. Give me a little play-by-play. Give me your best gosh, what was his name with John Madden? Pat Summerall.
Yeah.
1st and 10. I don't miss that dude, man.
He was the best because John Madden would be like, he'd go on like a tyrant, and then Pat would just be like, that's true, John. It's 3rd and 7. And
very interesting. How many times do you say that? Very interesting. I love Coach Madden talking about how he said, I'd get going, I'd get rambling, and I'd fall right off the cliff, and he'd grab me by the collar, pull me back up, 1st and 10. And we're ready. He said he's over going, yeah, there you go. Respect Orange's got it. Thanks, John. Exactly. All right, let's get back to the article here, see what else Bill Huber was talking about. He said number 6 on his list, 2-minute drills, Jacob. Those will be a blast. To me, that's the highlight of every training camp practice is like, okay, how did that 2-minute and 1-minute drill, those specific situations, a minute 7 left, down by 6, 1 timeout, how do you do type thing. Those are the best ones for sure. So it says 2-minute drills. The highlight of every practice is the 2-minute drills. It's the most competitive period of the day. It says Love hit Wicks with a touchdown pass and 2-point conversion to win on Wednesday. Alexander and Keyshawn Nixon kept Wicks out of the end zone on the final play to give the defense the win on Thursday. The Packers fell short in several 2-minute situations last year, including the playoff loss at San Francisco, including that playoff game. Green Bay was 2-5 in games decided by 3 points or less. Love has called the majority of the 2-minute drill, 2-minute plays during camp. So just a little nugget there. Matt LaFleur basically letting Jordan Love call the plays in the 2-minute drill. That's really exciting. Quote, I think it's just really good. Number one, I want to see what he likes, what he's thinking, and why he's thinking, LaFleur said. I think that will help us moving forward. When we get into games, that's certainly an area where we've got to be better. So it gives our coaching staff an opportunity to see what he really likes and what he's calling in those situations. Quote the note says, just the atmosphere, having that many fans come out, I think it's naturally just ups the urgency. It feels truly like a preseason game. That's why I love it so much. To get all our fans in Lambeau, I think it's kind of it kind of is a great opportunity for these guys to kind of get that feel without it being a real game, just so that when we get to our first preseason game, it's not the first time they've been there. That's another great point there, Jacob, is how it does kind of give them an opportunity to get the jitters out, right? When it comes to that type of environment. It's their first preseason game at home. It's not going to be the first time they were in front of Lambeau, basically, right? Especially the rookies. So pretty cool.
I think that's a bigger deal too, just because again we forget that this is the youngest team again in the league. So to get them as much acclimated to some of that pressure and some of the, I mean, dude, I can't imagine running out in front of 80,000 people and really staying focused on anything. You know what I mean? I can't imagine the pressure that is. But
yeah, no doubt. Doug said, I forgot Walter Stanley's kid, a free agent wide receiver here. Man, the bloodline in this league are crazy. No doubt about that. I like RDC right here. RDC says, McCarthy's play sheet morphed into a Chinese takeout menu. Go Pack, go. No doubt about it. All right. Let's see. Right now it's showing the DBs on the field. They're just kind of dancing around. That's what I'm saying. The play-by-play is going to be boring as hell if we sit here and go, yeah, Jair's got his arm around Nixon right now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it looks like they're huddling up. So hopefully we can get a little play-by-play once the team stuff starts here for sure. Let's see here. Coach Lynn in the chat said, I'm calling it now. Grant DuBose is going to have a big night. Am I thinking right, Jacob? Was it Malik Heath or was it maybe Bo Melton last year that was like, whoa, they had a big family night? It might have been Bo. I'm trying to remember, man. But that stuff matters, man. You get out there in front of the crowd and show out a little bit.
I want to say it might have been Heath because I think that was the first time everybody's like, who's Malik Heath? Like, why? Where did this dude come from? I know he had a good preseason in general.
Yeah.
I don't remember family night if he stood out or not.
Definitely. I'm going to comb through Twitter real quick and see if we got any updates from anyone. Here we go. Paul Brettel looks like cornerbacks Don Callis and Carrington Valentine are still out, so they won't be in there tonight. And he also tweeted out, Josh Jacobs is back after missing Thursday's practice, as is Josh Myers. So both Josh Myers and Josh Jacobs are going to be participating in family night tonight. So that's great news there for sure. Josh Myers is going to be interesting this year, Jacob, to see how he pans out, man. Is this the year that he finally takes a step, and is it going to be enough regardless that you want to try to bring him back next year, right? Looks like Matt Schneiden tweeted out confirming that too. Josh Jacobs is back at practice after missing Thursday with a groin injury. He's returning kicks in warm-ups right now. See, they're not showing us that on the screen at the moment. So we are seeing some of the offensive line fire off the ball right now. But
Morgan's doing some drills there. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to think about Josh Myers, to be honest. It's one of the few position groups slash players where I don't have a strong opinion yet. I mean, I have an opinion, but I just don't know what to expect. And I don't know what to expect as far as what the Packers are going to do going forward. Because if he does come out and have even like a 70 PFF grade, you know what I mean? Like that's just enough where I don't know if the Packers want to then play musical chairs on that offensive line again, because I don't know. I don't know if he comes out and he kills it. Like, what are we going to do then? Offer him a 3-year, 4-year extension? Like, I don't know if I'm comfortable with that either. I almost like,
no,
I don't know what to think. What are your thoughts on that?
Thoughts on
Myers?
Yeah, to me, you got to let
him like even if he plays, let's not say great. What if he plays good this year? Do you want to sign him again?
So, like, let's say a 70 PFF grade,
right.
didn't look at the end of the year like, man, he really cost us a game or two, right? For the right price, yet my answer is always yes, for the right price, no matter who the player is. Somebody at the very bottom of the roster, yeah, absolutely. If they're at the very bottom of the roster, sign them back and bottom back to camp, no guaranteed money, give them a shot, right? With Josh Myers, let's say he did finish with a 70 PFF and he took a step forward. I definitely wouldn't be willing to pay him more than $4 or $5 million per on average, right? And obviously the structure of the contract matters and what you can get out of it. The problem with that is I don't think he would accept that low of a contract, and you're probably going to let him test the market. And I think on the market, Josh Myers will get. I wouldn't be surprised if Josh Myers could get somewhere between 8 and 12 million per year on average on the market because he's got all the traits. That's the big thing. And teams just fall in love with that stuff. He's got the size. He's like 6'5". He's 6'5", 320, I think. He moves like a freaking cat. That's the most frustrating part about Josh Myers is he's got every bit of physical makeup you're looking for.
Yeah,
and he can get 8 yards down the field on a duo play, and you're like, oh, yeah, here we go. And then he just whips. It's like, so it's tough. Go ahead, Bo.
No, I read a stat. I don't remember the exact metrics, but he was one of only 2 centers in the whole NFL that was either hit that height threshold, the weight threshold, the 40-time threshold, and the RAS. He's only one of 2 other. There's only 2 people. He's one of them in the NFL that hit every one of those measurables. Usually, centers are not 6'5", that size, and can move the way that he does. So, like you said, it's frustrating because he has every single athletic tool. For whatever reason, he just hasn't been able to put it together.
Yeah, definitely. Wes Hodkiewicz tweeted this out just a second ago. Nice little shot of Lambeau here. Look at the beach ball flying around. That's a crowd right there, Jacob. That's a big crowd.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go to the floor. Let's take it back to the beginning. Here we go. We'll let it loop for a second so you can see.
That is a big crowd, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's no like huge empty sections for sure, and they're still filing in, I bet. But, man, what a beautiful evening at Lambeau. We made it, boys. It's football season. You kidding me? Yeah, so excited, man. I can't wait for this is how it always happens. I can't wait for OTAs. Then I can't wait for training camp. Then I can't wait for family night. Then I can't wait for preseason games. And then I can't wait for week 1, man. It's going to be. And then once week 1 hits, since I started podcasting for a couple of years now, I bat an eye and the week's over. I'm like, oh, my God, what just happened? Because we're doing chalk talks. We're post-game shows, pre-game shows in between, covering injury news, all that. It goes by so fast, man. I couldn't imagine being in the building with the press and all that constantly. I would be a train wreck trying to stay organized for sure. Let's see here. Let's go to the chat real quick. Coach Lynn said, I'm calling it now. Grant DeBose having a big night. We hit on that one. John in the chat says, Dillard, not Telford, warming up with the first team O-line at right tackle. I was trying to catch that. To me, it looked like Telford, but I could have been completely off there, John. So he's saying it is Dillard with the first team warming up there at right tackle. And that's obviously been a pretty heavy rotation they've been throwing out there. It seems to me, Jacob, they like Telford a little bit more than Dillard, at least the way that they have been rotating them in and out here lately. Would you agree with that, or do you think it's maybe just them giving multiple looks on a regular basis there?
I mean, I'd hope that they like Telford more. I think what they're doing is really trying to squeeze every last drop of potential that they can get out of Dillard to see if he has any sort of like floor that they can work with, because it does seem like they're kind of forcing him more like in that initial starting lineup where I don't think he's deserving of that, other than the fact that he was a first-round draft pick a few years ago. And I think that they're just really trying to flush that out. And I think they want to figure it out now, maybe throw him to the fire in this scrimmage or whatever you want to call it, and then give them a bunch of playing time in preseason game 1. And if they don't see anything, I could see them just cutting bait at that point and getting, younger, fresher guys that maybe didn't have a few games to see what they got. But I just don't. They seem to like him. I don't get it because he's been thrown around like a rag doll.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. We got a bunch of people in here. We're about to crack. We're actually, I think, over 400, including a Rumble. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us. Whatever platform you're watching on, hit that like button for us real quick. Feel free to subscribe to the channel, share it, all that good stuff if you'd like. We really, really appreciate you making us a part of your 2024 Packers Family Night event here. This is really cool being able to watch it with friends and just kind of take it all in the chat. You guys, if we miss something, if you hear something before we do, pop it in there like you always do, and we'll throw it up here and talk about it for sure. Let's see what else we got here in the chat. Gray Matters. Geez, it's nice to be able to watch this in Australia. Now, if I can just get this commentary for regular season games, there you go, man. I've tossed around the idea of doing a watch party like this during, game day. The problem is, I don't want to put something out that's going to be boring. And when I watch a game, Jacob, I am boring as hell, bro. Most people are hooting and hollering and shouting and mad and happy. I'm over here charting games and what for me. It's everything I got in me to get the game caught up by the end of it so we can do the post-game show, because I'm doing so much rewind and checking sets. What were their splits? Are they playing man? Are they playing zone? All those things. I'm just a boring fan like that. But that would be kind of cool to do some kind of a watch party. If we could do it in a mature way and not make people depressed if we're losing, right? That's the big thing. So
Stuff.
That's awesome, though, Gray Matter, that you're all the way in Australia, man. Appreciate you supporting the team at a distance like that, dude. That's great. John in the chat said, Enigbari not suited up. Didn't know he's banged up. Somebody mentioned something the other day. So if I understood the ACL injury, we heard he tore his ACL, then we heard he didn't. Well, they basically talked about the other day. I can't remember. I think it was on Wildy and Tausch, or maybe Wildy was on with Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, I believe it was, and they talked about it. He partially tore his ACL, and they didn't do surgery is what I'm understanding. So it's still partially tore, but the big thing they're having to do is work on his quads, work on his hamstrings, things like that to keep the strain off of the knee, off of the ligament. So Enigbari, though, they basically told him, look, no, dude, you're good to go. And in that article that I was reading, I think that Wildy wrote, it might have been Wildy, I can't remember who wrote it. They were talking about that, the trainers are trying to get him convinced, like, hey, listen, man, you're good. It's okay. It's just as strong as anybody else's knee. Because a lot of that stuff, when you get into ACLs and things like that, man, it's very mental for sure.
Ooh, they're already going on team drills here.
Uh-oh. All right, let's see if we can give you guys some commentary. I'll look like Malik Heath. Did he just score a touchdown there, Jacob? Let's see if we can do some commentary here. Where are you showing on your screen right now?
Right now, Rashawn Gary. Now it's Jair. Yep. I think we're right locked up. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're close. I'll try to do a little commentary here for you guys and gals, if you don't mind the redneck accent, man. We got hurt in here. Keep locking. Keep hitting that like button, gang. We really appreciate it. Here we go. We got Sean Clifford under center. Look like a little ace 11 set, no, little 12 set. Hands it off to, is that Marshawn Lloyd?
That's Marshawn Lloyd.
Yeah, I hate when they get their jerseys rolled up. You can't see the number. It's like, come on.
Do you see they got Aaron Campman in the booth, too? That's kind of – I haven't seen him in years.
Bro, he looks good, too, don't he? Look at my man. Yeah. He's trimmed down. Look at that jawline. He's all grayed out, though, dude. Isn't it crazy how time flies? Oh, yeah. Aaron Campman was just he was the best edge defender on the team when I became a Packers fan. It was like back in 03, 04-ish. Yeah. And then they obviously, when they switched to a 34 defense, it didn't really pan out. He ripped his knee up and was never the same. But, man, you talking about a class act, Jacob. Aaron Campman was the man.
Yeah. He was like that typical lunch pail. Nothing really flashy about him, but he just would, high motor. Guy that didn't take plays off. I loved him. That was great.
Oh, here we go. Some kind of kick attempt here. You seeing this?
Yep.
We got Anders. Anders. All right. It's hard to tell how far out. It looks like the ball is maybe at about the 15-yard line, I'm thinking. So this is something like what would that be? A 20
blitzer right down the middle.
Down the middle. Looking good there. Doesn't look like there's much wind either, according to the flags, at least at the moment. We know that could change in a heartbeat for sure.
Rich
Pistachio looks like he's been on the bench, Jacob. Does he not look like he's been on that bench press, bro?
He looks like he might be on a little test, little TRT.
I hope I age like that, man. You kidding me? All right, here's Greg Joseph lining up. Look like from the same distance. No wind at all.
Did they got Greg Joseph wearing number 2?
Yeah.
Wow.
He said, I'm going to try to trick him into thinking I'm Mason out here. I'm making this roster. So both kickers hit there from about, like I said, it was a 15. How does that work? You tack on 10, 25 plus 7 for the setback. So 32-yarder roughly is what they're kicking just now. Yep. Christian Watson, they just showed him on screen. I'm sure you've seen it, Jacob. He's looking a little thicker this year, isn't he?
Yeah, I know that they talked about how he tried to get strength back in those hamstrings or in his leg muscles. And the one was obviously overdeveloped compared to the other. So I'm sure that he definitely had a training regimen that focused on evening out that leg load. It's a weird sentence.
Coach Lynn said Ballantyne is in. Ballantyne's out. Ballantyne is in. Man, that's all I needed to hear, dude. Let me hit you with it right here. I appreciate that.
Here we go.
Oh, Lord.
I'm the president of the Corey Ballantyne fan club. Here we go. We got a punt. And drop it in at about the 15-yard line. Who fielded that?
Nixon.
Yeah, it's Keyshawn. All right. There you go. So Ballantyne is in tonight. Appreciate that, Coach Lynn. Thank you for the heads up there. Let's see. Let's go to a couple of these chats we got marked real quick. Harry Cheese says it's Myers' mental that's the issue, not the physical. It's why I feel we need Jenkins or Tom at center. I agree, man. For me personally, I would like to see Jenkins at center over Tom, because when Jenkins played right tackle there in a pinch, he wasn't near as effective as Zach Tom, right? So kind of feel like Jenkins could plug in the center and be one of the best centers in the game. Now, they don't see it that way, and we've been talking about a lot of outside weak zone runs here lately. And I think that has a lot to do with why they like Elton Jenkins at guard. Because when you do go strong, right, if you're an 11 personnel or you go with a 12 look and you use that split flow, weak outside zone, guess who your lead blocker is on the left? It's Elton Jenkins. So it kind of makes sense as to why you would want someone at that left guard to be so stout. And he's obviously the highest paid offensive lineman on the team. So makes a lot of sense. But yeah, I'm with you, Harry Cheese. I think it is mental and not physical when it comes to Josh Myers for sure. Coach Lynn said, I remember last year trying to get Family Night on a Discord. Man, how times have changed, LOL. We were begging last year. Please, somebody help me out here. Go ahead, Jake. What were you going to say?
No, nothing. It looks like they just half the team went back into the tunnel, and now they're maybe doing like a
family thing, right?
I don't know.
That's what it looks like. It looks like family members, children, spouses are in the tunnel right now, and the players are waiting on. I think they're going to come out on the field. That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. See if that's what they're doing here. Everybody gathered around. Every time I see Nacho Libre Sean Ryan, man, I giggle, dude. He looks just like him, don't he?
He does. Nacho Libre.
Let's see what we got here. I think that's what they did. I think they're already introducing the family and the spouses and the children. Yeah, they formed a line. Yeah, this is awesome. So they're announcing the family members. That's great, man. That's what it looks like anyway.
Yep. So I'll be right back, Clayton.
Yeah, go ahead, bud. Take your time. Let's stay with the chat here for a second. SDM40 says some guys you got to let go. The Packers have let centers walk. Say, man, if you're willing to let Corey Linsley walk, you're willing to let Josh Myers walk, right? SDM40. There's no doubt about that. And it's all about the price. There we go. Matt LaFleur coming out with his kids, trying to see if we recognize some of these folks here. This is awesome, man. Just such a cool event. Right in the middle of summer, kicking off football season. It doesn't get any better than this, man. Yeah, it's awesome. So blessed to be a Packer fan. We all are. It's just the greatest team in all of sports. There's Christian Welch out there with his little guy. You love to see it. Big TJ Slayton with his family. God, it's a big old boy. AJ Dillon trimmed down, got the little man with him, Romeo Dobbs. That's awesome, dude. Good stuff. All right, you guys keep the chat filled up. Let us know what you want to talk about here. Is like I said, they took a little break in the warm-ups to get out there with family and all that good stuff. Let's see here. Eric Sutherland says PTA and family night at the same time. God is good. Hey, Eric, we appreciate you hanging out with us, man. Always a blast to hang out with y'all. And it's so rare that I can put your comment on the screen. I appreciate that this evening. So, looking forward to meeting everybody at the draft this year for sure, man. I'm excited. We gotta set something up where we can find a lot to meet at or something during the day and go out there and quick little toast, crack open a cold one and just shake hands and get to meet everybody. It's going to be a blast. There's Kenny Clark out there with his baby girl. Really cool, man. Lambo just looks gorgeous tonight too. Absolutely awesome. Let's see here. CJN says, dude, almost 200 in YouTube. Hit the like button. Jeepers. Go easy on them, CJN. We appreciate it, but go easy on them. Now, if y'all would, hit that like button for us real quick. We got over 400 watching total right now. We really appreciate y'all hanging out with us for sure. Every time you hit that like button, just understand it boosts the algorithm. It helps it pop up on other people's home screen and really kind of boost the engagement there. But, man, listen, I'm so happy with the channel and how everything's gone this year. And, yeah, the likes, the subs are through the roof, all that good stuff. Channel should be remonetized on August 24th. We'll see how that goes. But just the big thing is this chat. The chat is like, there was a time where you hop on here and do a live show. And the first couple times I did YouTube live, it's like, okay, I've got to have all this stuff to talk about. I got to have enough to fill at least 40 minutes. And now I get in here and it's just the chat is lit up with fans that are way more educated than me about the Packers. And it's just, there's no ego. There's nobody pissed at each other. There's no arguing. It's like everybody's on the same team in the chat. It's absolutely awesome. And you don't find that in a whole lot of places. So really, really cool that we've got this environment that's been created. CJN says, I saw Shannon Sharp's Hall of Fame speech and him talking about his brother Sterling Sharp, not yet in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, was the best NFL player in their house. Was great. It couldn't have been said any better, right, CJ? And he said something along the lines, for me being in the Hall of Fame, and I wasn't even the best football player in my own household, Jacob. Man, Sterling was a beast. He was a monster. And I don't pretend like I was a Packer fan at the time. I was pretty young. And at the time, I wasn't really a pro football fan. Like I said, I became a Packer fan right around 03, 04. But yeah, people were telling me Sterling Sharp, Sterling Sharp. I went back and looked at the numbers, and I was like, holy S-bomb. That dude put up some gaudy numbers, man. Definitely would have been a Hall of Famer, no doubt. Should have been, still be.
But. He was my favorite Packer when I was a kid. And if you actually – I can't turn the camera, but I have they're little Rubbermaid, like plastic fake lockers that they released in like 1994 or whatever. And they give you stickers and numbers. So I put 84, and then I started spelling out Sterling Sharp, but I didn't realize you should only do the last name. So it says Sterling Sharp. And then I ran out of space, and I remember I cried because I couldn't take the stickers off because they're really sticky. So I still have the locker. It's right here. Yeah.
It's awesome, dude. Here's you a couple shots here, gang, that Matt Schneiden tweeted out. Follow him at Matt Schneiden. Romeo Dobbs and his daughter coming out on the field. Look at that beautiful sky in the backdrop there for Lambeau. Then right here you got Packers having family members walk out of the tunnel before practice. Here's Jeff Hafley and kids, A.J. Dillon, his son, and others. So you see them coming out, getting a little visualization there. Looks like we're actually back to practice now. They're doing a kickoff. So here's a look at the kickoff, Jacob. Like I said, guys, we can't show it on the screen. I apologize, but we'll kind of explain to you what it looks like. It looks like organized chaos, Jacob, does it not?
Yes, it does. So they cannot run until they got the ball in their hand.
Yep. There we go. First return. We'll see who it is here in just a second. They're wearing yellow jerseys, so it's hard to tell who that was. It's going to be impossible, isn't it?
Is that Jacobs?
It kind of looked thick like Jacobs, didn't it?
I don't think that was Nixon.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't think that was Nixon.
Why do they have those stupid shells on? That's driving me nuts.
Yeah, I know.
They've got yellow jerseys and red, like the ones you used to wear in gym.
It might be by design, to be honest with you. So other teams won't know who was that guy returning that kick, type thing. Little competitive nature taking over there for sure. But yeah, I'm with you, man. That returner looked a little thicker than our boy Keyshawn Nixon for sure. Rich Bisaccia out there barking orders. He's got the play sheet in hand. Here's the next kickoff. Yes, it's really interesting to see how this is going to play out here. So this ball is going to land at about the 5-yard line. Bang. Now they can start. And this is one of the big things. This is one of the big things, Jake. Yeah, we can't tell who is returning. They've got, like you said, red and yellow covering them up. That was Jacobs. Yeah, there was Josh Jacobs. So John Kuhn on the sideline with Larry McCarron and Wayne Larrabee. That's awesome. One of the big things that's been talked about, Jacob, is with the new kickoff rules, probably going to see more running backs returning kicks as opposed to your traditional kick returners, because it is more of a running play. Those guys are 10 yards away from the blockers, and you're going to have your best tacklers on the field as opposed to just really not as much need for speed now on kickoff team for sure. But on the return side, obviously speed matters, but you're looking for guys who are shiftier. Here we are again. This one is about the goal line, fielded. Yeah, that's going to be really interesting, man. Really interesting. Who was that? That was 80.
That looks like Torre.
Yeah, that was Samori Torre there on that return. So Samori Torre getting some kickoff team looks there. Jeez. I'll tell you, man, I was worried about the Packers streaming this and thought there'd be so many people watching it might hiccup. It's been smooth. Is it smooth on your end?
Yeah, super smooth.
Heck yeah, man.
Is 45 Eric Wilson?
45, yes. That's Eric
Dude,
Wilson.
He is jacked.
Bro, he is, hands down the most in-shape guy on the team.
Like, insanely cut.
Yeah. Respect Orange is in the chat here. Says, looks like you want a shifty runner who has patience for this new kickoff. Completely agree, man. It just kind of fits the bill of a good solid running back for sure. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, that was Torrey on the return. Everybody in the chat, y'all keep it lit up. Appreciate y'all, man. This is awesome. If you would hit that like button if you just dropped in here, we appreciate y'all hanging out. Feel free to sub to the channel too, man. We're going to be covering the team all year long. We go. There's one fielded at the 5. See who that is. Is that Jacobs again? Or is that Lloyd? That guy looks a little.
Looks like Lloyd.
Yeah, look a little shorter, didn't he? think that was Lloyd.
Yep, it is.
Yep, Marshawn Lloyd. There you go. So Marshawn Lloyd might get some kick return looks for sure. But yeah, we're going to be going live all year. Post-game shows. We'll be doing pre-game shows, post-game shows. We go live daily, in some cases twice a day. Once we get past November, my schedule cools down a little bit. I'll go live 2 or 3 times a day. Let's hop in here and talk about this contract. Let's talk about what the Packers salary cap looks like. Here's the top 3 plays they're leaning on this year, those type of things. So, but yeah, appreciate y'all. Let's see here. Randy says smooth for him too. He's all the way out in California. Good stuff. Coach Lynn Wilson is a unit. He really is. He's properly jocked too. That one's fielded at the 5. That looks smooth there. Who is that? They just look.
That's Nixon.
That Keyshawn. That might.
Yeah. Yeah, I still think Nixon could probably.
Yeah, that was key. He looked, Jacob. I could not tell who it was, and he looked freaking smooth building that. Did he not?
Yeah, he did.
So there you go. Coach Lynn confirms. Yep. There you go. Yeah, Doug. He just now did, and let me tell you, I'm not trying to be overly dramatic, but he looked totally different from Jacobs and Lloyd returning at that. He just looked fluid. You think he hasn't heard people talking, Jacob, about, this is going to be more suited for running backs? Keyshawn Nixon's like, the hell it is. Watch this. Right. Guarantee it. All right, here we go. Next. So what is this right here? Same thing, right? Another kickoff. Who is this?
Jaden Reed.
Reed. Look at this. Somebody come look at this. I'm excited about Jaden Reed. What do you think Jaden Reed will do this year? If you had to guess, Jacob, who is going to lead the Packers in receiving this year?
Oh.
That's tough, ain't it?
I honestly think it'll be Dobbs. I just think that he's the most steady Eddie and has had more one-on-one time with Love. But I would say Dobbs, Reed, Wicks, Watson.
Mm-hmm. Doug in the chat earlier says, yes, notice that too. Clayton Watson is a bit thicker. And A.J. Dillon has abs. Who knew, man? 2024 is wild, isn't it? But, yeah, you're right. When it comes to Christian Watson, man, there's no doubt about it. He is he's definitely thicker this year. He's
thick.
You know what I'm saying? Coach Hafley knows what we're talking about. Let's see. Doug says, what do we think of Peppers and McMichael getting in the Hall of Fame? I like it. Julius Peppers was one of those players, man, that he tilted the field, whether it was Carolina or later in his career with Green Bay. When he's on the field, most of the time the protection was set to Julius Peppers, and more specifically trying to get a double team on him. Those type of players, if he hadn't played on Carolina all those years, it's untelling what he'd been able to. Could you imagine if he'd got to play for somebody like Belichick? Or, you know what I mean? Oh, gosh, he would have been unstoppable. It would have been another Lawrence Taylor type, player with a great franchise. Now, as far as McMichael, I don't know enough about Steve McMichael to say one way or another whether or not he deserves to get in. I will say that the fact that he was able to live to see it is just absolutely awesome. Because, if you guys haven't been following, didn't follow his health conditions there, it was just, to me, there's nothing more frustrating than someone not getting in the Hall, and then 2 years after they pass away, they get in the Hall, Jacob. It's like, God, we knew, if you truly know, and I'm not saying this is the case with McMichael, it could be, he may be worthy of it, but I just don't like the waiting period. If you know somebody's a Hall of Famer, get their ass in there. Don't wait until it's too late, But I have no qualms with that. What about you, Peppers and McMichael? Obviously, many people remember Steve McMichael from our childhood on WCW. He got into wrestling a little bit there on the back half, but they called him Mongo for a reason, man. That dude was a monster.
Yeah, I never really knew much about McMichael, to be honest. But as far as with Julius, I don't know if you saw his acceptance speech too. He was really cool. Shouted out the city of Green Bay, the state of Wisconsin, Packer fans, and he went on to say, where did I see it? Yeah, Pepper said that the 3 years that he spent in Wisconsin at Green Bay were the best of his life, which
that's what's up, man.
Was cool.
That is awesome, man, for sure. Let's see what else we got here. Godsmack says, let the better kicker win. My dad's guy is Greg Joseph. He said he had enough of Carlson after that miss against San Fran. I'm not there yet, but Joseph looks legit after time with Bisaccia. That's the other thing too. We're all expecting the Greg Joseph of old, and we've been very vocal on this show talking about how his his productivity is pretty much been right there on par, a little bit worse than Anders Carlson, albeit 1 year for Anders Carlson. The difference is Greg Joseph has several game-winning kicks, game-winning field goals under his belt, but we haven't seen him with Bisaccia, right? He may, study under Bisaccia and just take it to the next level, right? So that could definitely be the case when it comes to Greg Joseph. I just want the better player out there. To me, again, it's nothing personal. It's not, hey, this is my favorite player. Here we got some one-on-one matchups cranking up, Jacob. Oh, bad pass there. Somebody fell down. Who was it covering out there? All right, we'll try to give you guys some play-by-play. So Jordan is out there. This is one-on-ones. All right. So basically, they're at about the 10-yard line. It looks like maybe the 5. Yeah, he's throwing from about the 10. One-on-one. Oh, nice grab. Who was that? Stanley. Good strong hands right there on a little slant route.
Wow.
And I didn't see who was covering him. All right, here's another one. 82.
That's Williams. Ooh.
Who's 82? Yeah, Evan Williams. Good coverage there. Who's 82? Wilson. Yes, they got some of the younger guys up there first. So, yeah, Evan Williams, good coverage there.
Here's
out route.
Nice.
On
Jair, too.
Getting chippy with Ja. He's talking to him.
Look at him.
Oh, cool it down. God, you love
that, dude. That was a great route, but that was great defense.
Does that remind you of the game? What would have been the game winner? Was it in New York when he caught that ball on that out route? That's definitely his route. Yeah. He did kind of beat Ja there. I don't know if he got his feet in, but the ball was a little late getting to him. But they're fired up. They're
still going at it.
Oh, yeah. This competition right here, man. You love it. All right, here's Sean Clifford. Going to steal Jordan Love's
nice defense.
Yeah, who is that?
Is that Zane Anderson?
Yep, Zane Anderson with coverage there. All right, safety showing up, man. Hey, this safety group might take another step under Hackley, dude. Might just happen. I agree. Coach Lynn said that was a late ball. Yeah, with the one with Jair in coverage for sure. John's trying to get up there again. Look at, is this it? They're getting ready to do it. Malik Heath.
We got Bo Melton on the bottom.
Yep. Okay. Who's 34?
So I don't know who 34 is, but he made it play.
Oh yeah, nice coverage. I'll tell you right there.
That's King.
Kalen King, baby. Kalen King looking good. All right. Ben Holden said it. That's King, baby. All right, let's see what we got up now. Here's Sean Clifford again at quarterback, I believe. Number 2.
Oh, it's good late defense.
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
it
man,
happened so quick. The camera work, stop flashing back to the quarterback. Show us
Jermon. I think that's Jermon Green.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, camera works is I think they're practicing a little too.
So quick we just lose appreciation, right? It's like 24 hours ago we didn't know we were going to get this live stream. Now we're going, oh, come on, control the cameras better than that.
Yeah, bum.
You bum.
Just love throwing to. Come on, camera.
This is what I'm talking about. What are we doing here?
I don't need to see. Yeah, what is this?
Unbelievable.
Oh. Jeez. Did you see McDuffie throw him?
Yeah, so that's somewhat of like a little pass rush drill, I guess.
All right, here we go. This is what we want to see.
Here's Jordan airing it out.
Oh, deep read, baby.
That was on King, too. Little Lambeau leap for Jaden Reed. Telling you, man, I think that's wide receiver 1 right there right now, man. That's just me personally. And I'm not saying a guy that you're going to throw it up double coverage. He's going to tilt coverage. No,
look at that ball, dude. That was a great ball.
Right on the money, man. Yeah. Coach Lynn says quarterback Easton's a big boy. He had all the measurables coming out of college, man. I remember when he was in college, everybody was talking about this. This might be the next big thing. Is this Watson?
Dude, Jordan is throwing dimes.
That was on Ja. Oh no. Get up, Watson.
Oh Lord. that was a
Did
you see this?
Let's see it. Look, Ja can't keep. He can't keep up, man.
Jeez,
dude. What a grab by Watson. Good throw, too. Let's go, man.
Yeah, hey, tell that cop to get out of the way next time. Don't be grabbing his legs and twisting.
What's your problem with cops, anyway?
Just saying.
It's becoming a
get out of the
steady problem here. Yeah. United Bates says Jaden Reed breaking 1,000 this year. I could. Who you telling? I'm all about it, man. For sure. That was an awesome play. Ben Holden, everybody reacting to Watson there. Stay off the ground, please. For God's
Yeah,
sake, stay off the ground.
Don't be limping. What is?
So,
All right,
so
we got
here's
Pratt out there throwing balls.
Oh yeah, that's
Pratt's-
Pratt. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, Bo Melton, baby. Bo Melton on who? Rochelle.
Yeah, Rochelle.
We got a Lambeau Lee. He's like, man, that wall a little bit taller than I remember.
Yes.
That was a good looking ball, though. That was Pratt?
That was Pratt. Yeah.
There you go.
Dude,
Bo Melton, man. God, boy, that dude really flashed last year, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Look at that. That's a nice ball.
Dude, that snap on that release.
Look at that.
Absolutely perfect. Safe ball, too.
Yeah.
All right. So in the chat, what do you guys think so far? What stood out to you? I know everybody's kind of watching along. Appreciate everybody swinging through. If you just dropped in, hit that like button for us. Feel free to share, sub to the channel, all that stuff. Randy Cleaver's 3 receivers over 1,000 this year, man. You're not the first person to say that, Randy. A lot of people talking like that, man. I don't know, Jacob. We pointed out it's never happened in Packer history, right?
Is that true? It's never happened?
I think we looked it up. Smitty, you in the chat? Wake up, Smitty. Let us know, buddy. I think we looked it up once before, and it has not happened in Packers history. I could be wrong. But
Professor Cakes is a little late to the game. You can go to Packers.com. It's streamed there live for free, Professor Cakes. So go check that out.
Good morning, Professor. Grab you a cup of coffee, man. Go to Packers.com. Watch along with us here. Look at Lambeau looking beautiful, looking majestic AF. Goodness gracious. Yeah, so Smitty says correct. Not happened before. Smitty is our Jamie on this podcast. We appreciate him. He's so quick with the information, dude. So quick. Coach Lynn says Pratt was still working his eyes even on one-on-ones. Great work. Completely agree. And the snap of his release, it's definitely an overhand, but it's just a flick of the wrist. We talk about quick release. He's got it. No doubt about that. I'm excited to watch him in the preseason, Jacob. Michael Pratt out there throwing a Bo Melt, throwing a Malik Heath. Come on.
I'm kind of surprised at how well the quarterbacks so far have been throwing. I haven't seen, other than maybe that one comeback route in the end zone, that's been a bad throw. Otherwise, they've been just dimes.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, let's see what else we got here real quick. Chat is just absolutely on fire. You guys are awesome. You gals too. Appreciate y'all for sure. Jada in the chat. Good to see you, Jada. Thanks for swinging through. She said our offense will be explosive, no doubt about it. I think they're going to pick up where they left off last year. I think they got a chance to be a top 5 offense, Jake. I really do, man. They solidified everything, got a little bit stronger in the offensive line with Jordan Morgan at right guard now. Now we got team drills kicking off here, Jacob.
Mm-hmm. Got Mark Murphy on the screen too.
Looking like the PI he is.
Oh boy!
Split play action across the middle. Christian Watson on a little slant route there. There you go. All right, Watson looking good so far, Jacob. Looking comfortable, looking like a vet now, right?
Yeah, like you said, he does seem like he just has a little bit more solid base to his frame too. I really, dude, if his injuries really are, if we put that to bed, he really could be the difference maker. I think it was Eric just said, he goes, a healthy Watson puts this team over the top offensively, and I can't disagree with that. It's pretty cool.
Love in a gun set, 11 personnel, strong right, nasty all the way over. Little flyer motion with Jaden Reed. So they did a fly motion, but handed off to the running back who was A.J. Dillon. So, yeah. So you love to see that. 11 personnel, 2x2 set, strong right. Everybody nasty split inside the numbers. Jaden was your flyer. Came across, showed a little action, fake it to him, give it to the running back. Now let's see if they come back to a play similar and actually give to the flyer there. That little F motion. Xavier McKinney out there talking.
Do they do any sort of green dot stuff in these types of scenarios?
That's a great question. I would love to know if they do. That might give us a little bit of info, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we got a bunch set. Yep, a little bunch left.
Oh,
little late, right? Stokes on Dobby there. The ball was a little late. It hung up a touch, but Eric Stokes, great break on the ball. He looks healthy, Jacob. He's got that burst back, man.
Yeah, he does. He looks quick, like you talked about. Just even when he came back from injury, he didn't have that twitchiness where now I feel like he does. He looks a lot more explosive.
Yeah, definitely. Cody earlier says picking up tacos and listen to y'all trying to catch glimpses. Cody, listen, buddy, you prioritize the tacos over us, man. You gotta secure that bag, my man. All right, here we are in another 12 look, strong right 12 ace. So single back set, twins left, little bubble screen, Tay Wicks. There you go. You'll see that a lot.
Stokes would have had him too. Well, at least he should have.
Yeah, should have tackled him.
Short gain.
Yeah. Chewy, Stokes showed some speed there. Chewy, I'm going to drop your thing off here in a couple of days for sure, buddy. I got it packaged up, ready to go. If you're not home, I'll just leave it on your doorstep. I asked Chewy the other day. He lives actually close to me out here in Jonesboro. I was like, Chewy's like, thanks, Clay. Nah, but I was like, can we drop it off in your set? But you got any problem with porch pirates? And he's like, you kidding me, man? I got an MIA, a POW flag out front, and there ain't nobody stealing nothing off my porch. That's what I'm talking about.
Got a little. That would have been in the back.
That's Lloyd, ain't it? Is that Lloyd?
Is that Lloyd? Yep. Oh yeah.
Look at it.
He's like,
love it. Love to see it. Yeah, that was a little. They're showing a lot of 12 ace right now. Not that it matters. I mean, I know it's family night, but let's see what else we got. Royce starting left guard. Okay, over Elton there. Got it. All right. All right, here we are again. Another 12 look. No, this is 11. They're going 11 here. Strong right, Dubs. You got a nasty. They actually shifted the Z into the wing. Hand off.
And Eric Wilson.
Yeah, Wilson, dude.
No game.
I'm thinking Wilson might end up starting at linebacker, dude. I think he might be solidifying that spot. There's Elton right there on the sidelines, so see him in there. He's all suited up, so Mr. Miyagi in the background there. Love to see it, right? Dude looked just like Mr. Miyagi, didn't he?
He did.
All right, Sean Clifford on the field now. Mark Murphy's still talking about something important that we can't hear. That's all right, though. All right, here we are again. 11 personnel, strong right out of the gun, sidecar right. Clifford, quick out route. Bad ball, a little bit behind him, but great adjustment there by Malik Heath. Malik Heath got some sure hands, man.
Yeah,
that dude. There might not be a better fourth or fifth receiver in the NFL, man, when it comes to completing rosters out.
I mean, I would say for sure because he's our fifth or sixth, depending on how you line him up. I don't think there's. Yeah, I would take him. He just seems like he knows how to play football, and he's always aggressive.
Yeah, definitely. M. Smitty Chewy starting the hashtag fire Hafley, LOL. What Chewy say? Man, Hafley needs to go.
All right, play action. Love drops back, throws over the ball.
Oh, barely overthrew. Still should have been caught by Ben
Sims.
Yeah, just a little high. That was a hospital ball, man. If they had read it, and it was game day. Oh, Ben Sims would have been going, who that? Who there? So love a little tuned up there for sure. Eric Sutherland said, damn. That's all he said. Oh, man. All right, here we go. Little bunch nasty X. They're going to shift it over, though, make it a 2x2 set. They're in 12 ace. Single back. Oh, Candid at the line. Let's see what this is Love, right? Is this Love?
Yep.
Yep. See what Love's seen. Candid to run there.
Dude, I mean, obviously they're not throwing, but there again, McDuffie stuffs that would have been maybe a yard gain. Yeah. It's encouraging to see that our actual linebackers are flowing to this run defense, man. Like, I'm not used to seeing them filling gaps and pursuing and getting upfield, like evading blocks.
True. All right. God, we got a ton of people in there. I don't know how many are on Rumble right now. Without Rumble, we're 403 people. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us. Hit that like button. Feel free to share it. Appreciate y'all making us a part of your family night festivities here as we kick off the Green Bay Packers 2024 season. Matt LaFleur looking comfortable, ain't he, Jacob? He's been talking with the media, cracking jokes on the media. Looking really good, man.
Yep. Looks a lot more comfortable.
Craig in the chat says 93, a 4.33 technician. So I'm talking about TJ Slayton. TJ Slayton, there was an article written. I can't remember if it was Bill Huber or Paul Brettel that wrote it. But talking about don't sleep on TJ Slayton just because we switched to a 4.3. You guys remember it was about this time last year, Jacob, that he was heating up in camp, and it was like week 1, week 2. We seen him get in the backfield quite a bit. Now he tapered off as the season went on. Who knows though, man? He might battle for one of those interior spots there. Just such a deep defensive line for sure.
Yeah. I've always been a fan of Slayton, but he seemed a little bit limited. I don't know if that's why or if that's a product of what we were asking him to do. So like you said, I can't wait to see him this year. I think they're, especially maybe on first and second downs where they're trying to stop that run. I think he'll be great for that. And then you throw in maybe more of your pass rush set with Wyatt on third downs and that. I mean, I think that like you talked about, our rotation at D-line is freaking awesome.
Yeah, really is. Daryl in the chat says, "Sup, fellas? Good sunny day here in Alaska. I see it's the same there in Green Bay. Man, awesome. We had someone here from Australia. We got California checking in. Now we got Alaska. Appreciate you hanging out with us, Daryl. Thank you so much, buddy. Thanks. The first time I've seen you in here, I believe. I apologize if it's not. If it is, though, man, hit sub on that sub on the channel here, and we'll see you here soon. We appreciate you hanging out with us for sure." Antoine in the chat said, "I love our running back room. With all due respect, rest in peace, Aaron Jones." Hey, listen, no disrespect to Aaron Jones. Like I said, this helmet back here, wife bought it for me last year, autographed by Aaron Jones. When he retires and comes back and retires as a Packer, I'll turn it back around where you can see the autograph. In the meantime, he no longer exists to me, but no hard feelings for sure. I was hoping they'd sign him. The thought of him and Josh Jacobs, imagine him, Josh Jacobs, and Marshawn Lloyd together. Woo! But I get it, man. Things happen fast. Sounds like Goody would like to have made it happen, but they went ahead and moved on to Josh Jacobs. And then by the time Minnesota had a deal put together with Aaron Jones, it was pretty much a done deal, right? But I'm with you there. I do love the running back room as well. I think they got a lot of upside for sure. Coach Lynn says Slayton could get extended. That's a great point, Coach. It depends on how much, right? He may want to test the market. I don't think there's going to be a huge market for TJ Slayton. So I could see it being something that they offer him a deal where it's, 1.5 to maybe 2 million per year, low guaranteed money, but enough to make it worth it for him. Maybe incentive based, certain amount of snaps, that type of thing. If he was to pop and actually get in the lineup on a regular basis. They're showing the commercial for the whiteout game right here for the winter warning. Man, the face mask bars is what gets me, Jacob. The white face mask bars are just awesome, dude. That whole uniform I love it. I know it pissed some people off, but I really like that uniform.
I love it. It keeps driving me nuts. People are like, you got to put a yellow stripe in the middle of that. It's like, dude, they're called the whiteouts. You know what I mean? Like the Blizzards. Right. That's the point, is they want it.
I like the way Josh Jacobs looks too with the yellow sleeves. That looks sweet. The gold sleeves or yellow sleeve, whatever you want to say there. They said too, someone was saying that there's gold flakes in the helmet. So that's kind of cool. I haven't seen them up close yet, but
that'd be cool.
It's going to be awesome. So the entire, that's going to be for the Houston Texans game there at Lambeau in October. And they're encouraging everyone in the stands to wear white. So if you've ever seen the Penn State Nittany Lions do their whiteout game,
yeah,
it's phenomenal, man. Absolutely phenomenal. Steve Johnson in the chat said, coming back to Wisconsin next week, just warning everyone. Appreciate that, Steve. He said there's going to be a depleted supply of booze when I get back to Wisconsin. Everybody prepare, shop accordingly. All right, let's see what else we got here in the chat. Eric Sutherland agrees. Love that helmet. Look at that helmet right there, John Kuhn holding up. Jacob, so clean. Oh. So clean, dude. John Kuhn's a national treasure, not just for what he did on the football field, but watching him cook people on Twitter that act like a bunch of prima donnas just because they cover the Packers. I'm here for it, man. I am here for that kind of action. Oh, sorry, Jacob. Jermaine said those jerseys are so clean. Go ahead, click on the one you were talking about, Jacob.
No, you're good.
There you go. United Bates. The gold flakes are hard to see, but up close, the chef's kiss. All right, we got a field goal attempt here. It looks like
30.
Ball's being kicked from about the 37-yard line. So it's a 47-yarder.
Get it.
That Anders, he got it. Probably would have been good from about 52 there. The big thing about Greg Joseph that I'm hearing, Jacob, you correct me if I'm wrong. It seems like people are saying his leg looks as strong or stronger than Anders's. That surprised me, man. Have you been hearing that too?
Yeah. I think the few that Anders had missed have been I think there was one that was semi shorter, but I think he missed a few 50s and a couple longer 40s. And yeah, Joseph has just been he's been crushing them. So I mean, dude, look at that. His career. Did you see that? He's 100 for 121, but he doesn't have a job. He's kicking over 83%. Like,
Yo,
what is it? It's cutthroat, man. You have one bad game as a kicker, and people will remember you. Laces out, mother.
Dan.
Oh, they're little footballs.
Look at this Randall Cobb appreciation video here, man.
Ooh, I like that.
One of my favorite all-time Packers. Love Randall Cobb. Just that the best little family, just everything about Randall Cobb. Here we go. Back to team drill. 12 set, nasty. Oh, look at that.
Tyler Davis.
Look, you see what it was, too. We were just talking about it.
Shift block.
It wasn't outside zone, but they went weak zone with a little yo-yo or zipper motion with Tyler Davis. What kind of block was that just now, Jacob, that he was doing?
Sift.
He was sifting. You're right, sir. That was a slice there. A little slice. There on the chat said, LOL, this is awesome. My first time on a live chat. It's going to be fun watching them play. I think they're going to have a better season this season. Brian Gutekunst's made some good investments. Completely agree, buddy. Appreciate you hanging out with us, man. Hey, our boy Andy A. Pack in the house. Hey, guys, family not being available for everyone is amazing. That Watson catch was sweet. Completely agree, buddy. Good to see you, Andy. Welcome back, sir. It's football season.
Jordan would have just had a sack.
Yeah, I think that would have been a sack probably there. They kind of pulled up. So you said it was Gary? Is that what you said?
Yeah, Gary would have had. That was Gary pointed to the – maybe he's pointing to Matt or somebody, but he pointing him like, that was me. He would have been done.
Yeah.
I was actually just going to mention that. I said, man, I haven't seen Gary flash much, but I guarantee you they told him, hey, don't kill any of the quarterbacks tonight. Like, go like 8 out of 10. Just don't. Right. You could tell he's, dude, I don't know what it is too. You know, we've talked about how, and they got Randall now in the booth. That's cool. Or at least Skyping in. I feel like this team this year is just, they've gotten more lethal, more brutal. Love throwing oh no. Oh.
It's quick, a practice, Jacob, over here.
I know. Quick slant over to Reed, off of Reed's hands, almost intercepted.
For those of you who are listening to this and not watching it, whether it's on the pod or whatever, later on tonight or tomorrow, they were in what we call a tray right. They were gun tray right, meaning a 3x1 set on the 3 side. The inside receiver was a tight end. That makes it tray instead of trips. All right. And Deadfish did confirm that was a sack by Gary. United Bates also pointed out Joseph career long 61 yards in 2022. Seems he does have the power. That's phenomenal pull there. Appreciate it, Bates.
Ooh, outside run.
Yeah, a little outside, yeah. That's Marshawn. Hey, Marshawn's shifty, dude. I think Lloyd's going to get some looks this year. I'm just telling you. Him and Jay, he's going to bring the best out of A.J. Dillon. There's no doubt about that, man. I believe that with everything in me.
I feel like it's hard to gauge the running game during these types of scrimmages because they're not going to try and tackle. I feel like there's way more risk of injury when you're tackling running backs as well. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just the twisting the ankles and all that kind of stuff.
Definitely.
Let's see here.
Love that they got Cobb on this set too. Him and John Kuhn cutting up. That's awesome.
They got Clifford in at quarterback now.
Sean Clifford in, Mark Murphy watching on behind. Here we go. They started in an empty set, shifted to a dub nasty look, strong left, 11 personnel, Marshawn Lloyd sidecar.
Yikes.
That was rough. That was he was more confused than a fart in a fan factory. No doubt about it. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, Braden pointing out Cobb is doing SEC Network this year. Love to see it. I can't wait, man. He played for my Kentucky Wildcats. He's going to do a phenomenal job at SEC Network. Just a stand-up dude, well-spoken, extremely intelligent. One of the reasons that Aaron Rodgers early on in his career, early on in Cobby's career, Aaron took a liking to him is just his intelligence. And he played quarterback at Kentucky. He played every position at Kentucky other than offensive line pretty much.
Steve says the craziest thing about Cobb's career is that he never ended up on the Vikings.
It's so true, man.
Ooh, is that a Wilson? Manuel Wilson just got.
That was an interesting look. Caleb Jones ended up on the ground. He's okay though. So they showed a little flyer motion right, and then a quick pitch to the left. So they went motion with the flyer right, almost looked like a speed option, but just a quick pitch out to the left. So
somehow John Kuhn looks like he's getting younger. He looks like a 22-year-old shop student.
He does, man. I had to. I'll tell you about it in a minute if I remember. Took a road trip somewhere. Here we go. We got a bunch set. Got the tight end on the spike of the bunch. Clifford back to pass.
Hey,
Sacked.
Sacked.
Not just sack. Defense showing up.
Hey, Van Ness and Brooks, baby.
I had to go pick up some epoxy resin one time for a construction company I was working for. They were like, we can't get it down here in time. I said, I'll pull an all-nighter. I'll drive up to Pennsylvania. So I hopped in the work truck, went up to Pennsylvania. I can't remember where I was at in Pennsylvania, but I looked up and there was a sign for Shippingburg State. I went, hey, John Kuhn went there. Remember that about that trip. Really weird town too. We'll just leave it at that. You ever play that game Silent Hill?
Yeah.
Right back. Yeah. I went through that town, picked up that epoxy resin. I'm like, this looks like Silent Hill.
That's the vibes you got. Just murder town.
Well,
we got Love back in.
Boy, that
shoots. Was that a tight end screen?
Looked like it, yeah. Little tight end screen. They went empty there. They went empty 11 personnel, so that triggered the nickel, but then flexed the T out to the right. Keyshawn Nixon there on cover, so they definitely read the tight end screen there for sure. Ben Holden said odd play. Completely agree, Bob. Run that other play. That's what I usually say when they have a play like that. Hey, run that other play. Let's don't run that one again. Red zone ain't looking so good. I agree. All right, 12 personnel, nasty. Little semi-stack on the right, sidecar left out of the gun. Now they're shifting to sidecar right. It's A.J. Dillon in the backfield with Jordan Love.
God. That's not a bad one.
Good little cut back there.
Yeah, it's tough to gauge the run plays just because,
Yeah. All right. To me, it's more about timing, cadence, getting everybody in sync. That's what they're working on, right? It's not firing off the ball and all that good stuff. But, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to tell because a lot of these angles, you can see these guys they're pulling up a little bit. So you don't know at the point of contact if they would actually make the play or not. But, it is what it is.
Nice little shot there. Lambeau lit up. The exterior lights on now. Got the Kohler Lodge there. That's my spot, Jacob. I'm just telling you. Lodge Kohler, whatever it's called. I'm telling you, man, that's how I sell Mandy on that trip every year. It's like, I got you 3 days in one of the best spas you'll ever have in your life. They got that big water massage system up there and everything. Yeah. Turn her loose in there, and then I go over to 1919 Kitchen and Tap and have way too much elk stroganoff. That's the plan every time, man. Let's see here. Steve in the chat. Van Ness is the favorite player of the Belgian family in Green Bay. Man, I'll tell you, I did a lot of research on the history of the city of Green Bay this past year. We did it on some past podcasts. Man, the diversity in the city of Green Bay. I mean, just all the different immigrants that settled in that area. I mean, you had French, you had Irish, you had Belgian, it was everybody. It was just such like this melting pot of people. And it really explains why there's just so many good people in the area for sure. It's a special place, man. I'm in the process. We've been looking at property up there. The goal long-term, just so everybody knows, the goal long-term is to have a place purchased up there and have a studio in the city of Green Bay for the show. That's the long-term goal. That way, if Jacob's in town, Tim's in town, whoever with the podcast network, swing in there, do some podcasting live from Green Bay, that type of thing. There's been people saying, why don't you get your credentials with the Packers? I'm not worried about that, man. Not worried about that. I do not want to fit into there's nothing wrong with being in that crowd. I love everybody who covers the Packers, but I want this to be the fan show. This is the show run by the fans. I don't want it to be, I got my credentials. I could give two craps about that. Just us learning together, growing together, and being better Packer fans. That's all but I've got to get up there. Got to get us a place up there. So let's see here. Daryl says, do you guys actually go to the family night game? What's it like in Lambeau Field? Been a Packers fan since the Favre days. I've never been, Daryl. My schedule's crazy in the summer. I need to make it up because it is something that's on my list. Jacob, did you say you had been or you had not been?
Yeah, I've been to 3 of them now. I actually went to the very first one, which was awesome because there was about 2 or 3 family members that have since passed on. So I just remember that very fondly. Most recently, I went to one, I think like 7 years ago was the last time I was there. But it's it was really, really great. And like I said, each year I feel like they make it better and better. I know for the first one, they had a super ragtag. You could tell this thing was kind of stitched together. They didn't really quite know exactly what they were doing. The flow of it was very chaotic. But the last time I went there again, which was 7-8 years back now, it's been great. And I usually, back in the day, they used to broadcast it. Most of my family lives in Menominee, and they still get at the time that they would get Wisconsin local channels. So we'd always broadcast it. We usually had like a family event or something during that time. So it's been a part of my life for a long time now. So, Dobbs just catching a tutty.
Let's go. Let's go.
Ooh-hoo-hoo.
Let's see here. So Randy Cleaver's in the chat says John needs to work on his game. I agree with that. You know, it's a lot of money, man. I think it's the highest cap hit amongst corners in the league, if I remember correctly. Gotta live up to it. And I love his energy. Don't get me wrong. Eric Sutherland says a healthy Watson puts his team over the top. I think we hit that one earlier. Just getting cleaned up here in the chat. Ron Sample, Jay Reed with his arm around Myers on the bench. There's something going on with Josh Myers, man. And I don't want anybody to speculate. I don't want to try to guess or us figure it out. It's just they said it's personal issues, right? Something happening personally in his life. Good to see Reed over there with his arm around him for sure. Appreciate that, Ron. And you know, sometimes it takes stuff like that to kind of let people know that you care, right? Something
Honestly, that's like
tragedy has to happen sometimes before you know what I mean? You feel like, hey, I really fit here, you know?
Yeah.
But,
And that's that's the type of comment that a lot of Packers podcasts aren't going to get. So like, that's awesome, Ron, that you had the knowledge or wherewithal to even notice that, because that's a massive gem right there that I guarantee you nobody on ESPN will ever report. So that's what is really cool about this chat.
Absolutely. At the end of the day, man, these are human beings, you know?
Yeah.
And I say something on this show all the time, and I know the guys live up to it too. Is like,
stop, Ben.
if you wouldn't say it to someone's face, if you wouldn't say it to a player's face, don't say it on a podcast. Don't be a chicken. Don't be a chicken poopy. Okay, don't be a chicken poopy. I just hate that when people do that. You know what I mean? It's like I've got a microphone in front of me. I'm gonna act like a tough guy, and then they see him out and about. Can I get your autograph? Like, come on, let's don't do that. So. I like what Coach Lynn says here. Take out all your anger on the field, Myers. You got this. We need you. Amen, dude. Amen. That's very well said, Coach. Go out there and just blow some people up. Take it out on the opponents, whatever's going on, man.
Oh, they're doing the net drill now. Everybody's favorite. Ooh, Clifford was just about a foot off there.
Clifford was close. There's Pratt. Show us that accuracy, Pratt.
Come on, Pratt.
Look at this.
He hit that sucker.
Hit the handle on the bottom, the crank. All right, we got Eason launching it up. Dang, he threw that thing to Sheboygan. Lord have mercy. Look at this guy. Speaking of Sheboygan, look at this cat. What's up, Emilio?
Talking about Sheboygan?
His love.
Yeah.
Oh, so close.
Just outside to the left.
You notice we got the most. I make fun of people for getting excited over this stupid drill, and here we are getting the most excited about it.
Hey, I love it, man. I'll watch replays, and I'll be yelling at the freaking at my phone or something. I'm like, what am I doing? It's already happened.
Yeah.
All right, here goes Pratt again. Deep to the right corner.
I love the way he flicks his wrist. He's got a nice release. He really does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So seven is Eason.
Eason's huge.
Oh,
dude, Eason's a dog. You see that thing?
Don't you come in here?
He is a big dude. Holy crap.
Oh, man. Coach Lynn said, great animal hands by Dobbs. Dobbs has got some of the strongest hands I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely his strong point of his game. Jermaine in the chat says Dobbs has looked like wide receiver one this camp. I can't argue with that, Jermaine. I think you're right, man. I think you're spot on. Let's see what else we got.
Steve, that was what I remember too about the original ones is they actually played.
Read that comment for the people on the chat and on the pod, Jake.
Oh yeah, sorry. Steve Johnson says when I was a kid and went to family night, they actually played a game. We'd go home and be excited because the Packers won. Those are the lean years. And it was true. They would basically mimic not like a full game, but it was a pretty much as close as you could get to it. And I loved that part of it. But now it seemed like they started tweaking it more towards individual drills, skill sets, that kind of stuff, and then started peppering in a lot more like of the entertainment factor. Made the fireworks show. Hey, there we go.
Hey, Love hit it. Look at him.
Love just hit it.
That's a quick release too. Did you see him?
Yeah, 3-step drop. Yeah.
Let it fly, right?
No.
That's QB1 right there. Man, right there. Don't y'all drop me. I'm worth $83 million. You know what I'm saying? I think that was another 83 or 84 he's making this year. Eason, why ain't they showing the net? What's going on right now?
Camera work is shoddy.
We just have to have faith.
What are we doing? Look at
Come
on, show us.
Baby. Let's go. Look, counting them
What
off.
if Jordan Love was really good at selling it?
Here we
And
go.
the
Here we
whole
go. Here we
crowd's
go.
in on it.
Look at that.
Dot.
Yeah, that is hilarious to me.
Who's
What if he
catching
wasn't
that? Who's catching the first one of those back corner fades this year?
I'm
Me.
going Dobbs. Oh,
I
Reed?
think it's going to be Musgrave.
Dang. All right.
Little height, get him to the back of the end zone, slip out sort of thing.
Oh, looks like Pratt hit
Pratt
one.
just got one too.
Yeah, Pratt got one.
Let's go.
Oh, man.
Watch Sean Clifford just take the ball, try to knock Pratt's out of the air.
I like what you said, Emilio. Since they didn't have the camera on the net, just fake it. Fake it till you
everybody
make
hits it.
Yeah,
Wow.
hitting every time. Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, all right.
Touchdown.
I appreciate everybody hanging out. We got 427, not including Rumble. Let me take a peek over Rumble.
Right,
There
push
might be-
450.
Come on, Eason.
Let's see here.
Hey, Eason just got
Hey,
one.
he got him one. All right.
He's big, dude. Look at that guy.
Is he big, Jacob?
Looks like Ben Roethlisberger, but just thick.
Right. I got you. Yeah, it looks like we got like 440 watching right now. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us.
Hey,
Hit that like button for us. Who was that, Jacob? Who hit that?
Clifford.
Clifford did a
Hey,
cartwheel.
just did a cartwheel. Yeah, he's Brett Favre.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt about it.
Who's the coach catching all these? So I want to know
Oh.
that. He's got hands.
Looks pretty clean, don't he?
Jacob Eason.
Got that crew cut. Yeah, he does got good hands.
And I think he's only got one glove on, too.
He's not built like a
watch
wide
the
receiver.
replay of Clifford.
Hey, Clifford. What a half-ass cartwheel.
That
He
was-
really nailed that in,
That
dude.
was more of a round off. Yeah.
Can we commit to a cartwheel, though? That's a big commitment.
It is. You're right. That is a big commitment. Pull a butt cheek in front of 70,000 people.
Oh, Pratt just banked it.
I know
Pratt-
Jacob.
Pretty good.
I know Jacob is one of those guys shows up to the pool party, always does a front flip, to get into the pool
Always.
just to set the tone.
Dude, you kidding me? No, dude, it's like cannonball. Then you go half gainer. You know?
Lean back, lands right on the
Backflip.
back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or you do you just fake like you're drowning and then make out with the lifeguard as she tries to resuscitate you.
That's
Call
a
it the squints.
classic.
Call it the squints.
The old squints.
Wendy Peppercorn.
Yeah.
Oiling.
She don't know what
First
she,
drop from the coach.
he said. She don't know what she's doing. Yes, she does. She knows
She does.
exactly what she's doing. All-time movie right there, man. Sandlot and Little Giants, man. Doesn't get any better.
Mhm.
True.
I would rock Goody's fit right now, though. Let me tell you.
Oh yeah, no doubt. You could pull that off. I couldn't.
That thing is clean.
You could pull that off. Ain't no
And
doubt.
Matt's, honestly. I'll take the all black with a little green.
Matt always looks clean, dude. That dude just everything fits perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I put that on. Like I said the other night, I wear something like that. I'm built like Rosie O'Donnell, bro. I struggle, man. I can't pull it
The
off.
seams are busting.
Got buttons.
Shooting across the room. Mandy's wondering why glass is breaking.
So true.
Oh man, look at how pretty it is when it gets a little dark
Yeah.
out.
Ambo's gorgeous, dude. Gorgeous place.
We had a nice sunset here tonight after a little rainstorm came through.
Heck yeah. Here you go, Steve Johnson. Fun fact: Lynn Dickey could not cartwheel. I'd say he probably cartwheeled a couple times trying to get away from that pressure in the 80s, though. You know what I'm saying?
Ben said cartwheels are a huge commitment over 35 years old.
Pull a butt cheek in a heartbeat, man. You got to be careful with that stuff. Sure.
Oh, there you go, Bates. Thank you, sir.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
sorry. So Eason is 6'6".
Golly, dude. That's wild. That is wild. Look at this. This is the kind of talk I come for. Ron Sanville, our punter is a weapon. I agree. I think Daniel Whelan is way, way underappreciated.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. Let's see here. Daryl in the chat. So the Packers are playing the Browns August 10th. they're most likely starting second and third string on the first game. I agree with that. What do you boys think? I don't think they'll march the starters out there the first game. I think maybe the second game they will. But here's the upcoming schedule as we see family night, obviously tonight, August 3rd. And then the next open practice to the public will be Tuesday the 6th, Wednesday the 7th, both at 10:30 a.m. Central Time. And then they're going to be kind of under wraps on the 8th and the 9th. And then on the 10th at 3:25 Central, they're going to be playing at the Cleveland Browns, the first preseason game. What do you guys think? You think it'll be no starters that first game, or do you think they might try to sneak them out there?
No status.
The only thing I thought I heard that they were going to run another practice against the Browns. Or I thought they were going to have a practice against the Browns. Maybe I misheard that. But if they're going to have a practice, I don't think they'll run their starters because they can get better looks in practice, more repetitive looks. But if not, I think that maybe one drive.
What do you think, Jacob? You said no starters. Is that right?
Yeah, I don't think so. They've always been seemingly a little bit precautious. I honestly don't really want them to. Maybe a few guys here and there. I'd like to see Morgan maybe play some snaps and definitely get him used to a little more the game speed. And basically any guy that we're not sure is a hands down starter, I want him to get reps because I want to see if there's any way we can improve the floor of the team. That's just my personal opinion.
Got it. Brandon in the chat, Brandon Turley says Jordan Love wins MVP this year. Boy, that'd be wild, wouldn't it? Woo-hoo. MVP, win a Lombardi, whole 9 yards, right? Just get it all out of the way.
Oh yeah, Tim would absolutely be pounding the table for a Lombardi. Let me tell you what, right now.
No doubt about it. Let's see what else we got here in the chat. CJN said first quarter starters, then second game will be first half starters, third game will be no starters, calling it. I could see that. I think that's a pretty good prediction there. First quarter starters in the game against Cleveland, right? Mm-hmm. And then who do we got after that? Is it Denver, right?
Denver, then
Baltimore.
Yeah, so Denver on the 18th, and then joint practice with Baltimore on the 22nd, and then obviously that game at home at Lambeau. Home game at Lambeau on the 24th against Baltimore. So
maybe that's why, because maybe the Baltimore practice is open, and I was thinking that maybe the Browns isn't open. That's why it's not on here. But either way, I think that with CJ and saying no starters in the third game again, if they're getting good reps in the joint practice, there's no point in running them out there for the game. We're trying to figure out who's going to make the last cut of the 69-70 with the Kenneth roster.
It's like
Daniel Whelan, look at that.
Coffin corner.
Yeah, dude.
Coffin corner. I love that.
He dropped that in at the 7-yard line and put some backspin on it back to the 10. Was recovered there by Bo Melton. Daniel Whelan, I'm just telling you, man.
Looked like Jacob when he was playing PGA, hammering that button to get that backspin.
That's right. Get that ball spinning backwards. I'd love to see what his character looks like on PGA.
Oh, me too. Absolutely.
He looks like an absolute convict. He's got to be, right? Jacob, talk to us. What's he look like, man?
He looks like I should have changed it. He looks a little bit more like marsupial than I am.
Marsupial? You have to explain that for me. What are you talking about?
He looks too rodent-ish. Like they couldn't grab I couldn't get my face just right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, didn't spend enough time just hitting that customize button or randomize for you so that you could just.
Yeah, I look like slightly Arab. Whatever, it's cool.
Oh, yeah. So it's accurate.
My face is a little. My dude on PGA is a little round. He's got a little bit of a. He's
puffy.
He's a good golfer. That's all that matters. I mean,
yeah,
chubby. Look chubby.
I'm number 1 ranked FedEx rankings, bro. So everybody just back up.
Better watch out.
It's not about how you look; it's how you play, right, Jake?
That's right.
You imagine running into AJ when you're out there playing. Just he's running through the tour too, just streaming live.
Do you guys know who John Daly is?
Oh, are you kidding me? Hell yeah, I know who John Daly is. One of my heroes.
Dude, like literally, they just don't make him. Like that was how my Uncle Dan was before he passed.
You see Dobbs' best friend on the field now. We got the jugs machine out there.
Let's
Ooh.
go.
Now we're talking.
Oh, look at that. I love jugs. Machines.
This guy right here, man. This is that guy right here. This is the one we told you about.
Wow.
So they got
Exactly.
they got Keyshawn and Jaden back there. They got the jugs machine out.
Don't you change the subject here. But
That's on.
How
That's on
dare
point.
you.
It's on point. Oh, here we go.
fielding it at the 4. Is that right? Who was that? Was that
What
Josh?
was that? That
Oh,
looks
so
like
this is
Josh.
where how many
Oh,
balls?
they're doing the. Oh,
Oh,
he's already out.
guy only got 2. Cut him.
Cut him. Get that salary out of here.
All right, let's see who's up next. So this is people on the podcast are like, "What are you talking about?" This is where they see how many punts they can catch and keep the ball in their hand. Here's Jaden Reed. All right, let's see how many he can get here. One thing we know about Jaden, he can catch, but he can.
He can block. That's the truth.
Jeez.
All right,
Oh, he's got
He's got
2.
2. He's looking smooth. Going under the arm with 1. Here we go.
He trusts his left arm a little more.
Oh, 3. Oh no, I don't like how you're holding them there, bro.
If he drops one, do they?
4.
start over? Oh, he's going
Oh,
under the
between the
leg.
legs. Let's go. That's 4. Look at Jaden.
Now we're talking.
5. Come on.
What's he doing?
He doesn't know where to put that one.
There
Come
she's
on now. Oh,
6.
all right.
Where
He's
you
got
gonna
it.
be now,
Look at,
Jake?
look
Now
at
you're in
Coach.
trouble.
Oh no, he dropped one.
Look
Oh,
at Rich. Rich still
Look
he
You're
says,
out.
"Get
You're
out
out.
of here!
You're out of here, bud.
Get out of
Unbelievable.
here, you sucker!"
So he got 6 though, man. Got
You're an amazing person. You know that, don't you?
But the cream will rise to the top. Oh yeah.
so we got 6. Jaden Reed leading the got the top of the leaderboard here. Is this key? Is this key? Yeah.
Yep.
Added up legs, right? 1. What if he dropped that first one? I'd have laughed so hard. Boy. 2 for Keyshawn. This is Rich Bisaccia's boy right here.
He's going one-handed too. He likes
Yeah.
to.
You about got to.
Yeah,
3.
here we go. Once Keyshawn's done, I'm gonna peel. Let's see. I think he's gonna get 7.
Oh, what are you doing?
Oh,
He got
He's
too
gonna show
cocky.
off there with the one hand. No.
Unbelievable. Rich Bisaccia's so mad.
Yeah,
Bisaccia
Jaden
is
Reed had it.
yoked, boys. Bisaccia is yoked. All right, I'm just telling you right now.
All right. I'm out. I gotta go eat dinner.
You ain't going nowhere.
I suffered the pressure.
You don't want to be here, leave. Get out
Yeah.
of here.
Oh, no, he did a great. Oh, you see Jaden Reed's cartwheel?
He did a backflip and lost his helmet in midair.
Yeah,
So
That's
you're
the
saying
coverage
we
you
have?
want.
You're saying we got athletes. We
Yes,
got
sir.
Sean Clifford that can do a cartwheel. We got Jaden Reed that can do a backflip. Christian
go.
Watson can do a front flip.
Oh no, here's what's important.
I'll see y'all.
Oh,
Jacob can stand on his head.
Giggity.
You know what I'm saying? So get out of here, Emilio. Go, man.
shut up,
Yeah.
Emilio.
We'll probably wrap up here in a second. So you're good, man.
Oh, these kids. These kids are
All right,
junk.
Jacob, I think this is a good point to wrap up. What do you think, man?
Yeah, we've been. Dang, I didn't realize we'd almost been going 2
Almost
hours.
2 hours. Yeah. Mandy's already packed her bags.
Jeez.
I guarantee it.
Yeah, it looks like they're to the point now where we got kids fielding punts, so it's probably about to wrap up there as well.
All right. So you guys, we'll let y'all go full screen with the coverage here on Packers.com with family night. They're gonna do the fireworks, all that good stuff. We really can't thank y'all enough for hanging out with us. This was a lot of fun. We'll be back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Time for PTA Live. Jacob, you got anything else, bub?
No, it's just it's fun as all get out to kid almost had it. To watch actual Packer football again. And yeah, it's stupid, it's practice, it's people say it's not that important, but it was a great night. I think that the coaches, again, I want to try to find that clip of Halfley and LaFleur having that exchange where you can see Halfley's like, holy like this is insane. Yeah. And LaFleur's like, I told you.
Heck,
and so it's just good, man. Football's back. Oh, look at the kid. He got 2 in a row.
Let's go. Come on. Get
All right,
let's go. Hold on, let's see. We got to finish watching this.
See him get knocked out.
Him right in the mouth.
Hey, he's got 3.
3.
Good job, kid. See, like this right there. Look at this.
Put it between your legs. Put it between your legs.
This is something you can't teach. That's not
That's awesome.
that's
dude.
organic. That's not something that you manufacture. Like that right there just built that team up so much more than they were before this. Like that right
Absolutely
there.
awesome. And the whole team running out
Dude.
there to celebrate.
Imagine how that kid's gonna feel for the rest of his. This is gonna be the best moment of his life.
Yeah, until he signs with the San Francisco 49ers here in 12 years and
Look at
break
that.
our hearts, right?
Dude, that's
Look at
actually
him.
really impressive.
That is awesome, dude.
Kid can barely even hold it. This.
Look at this.
Oh,
We
wow.
get rich. All right, we're out, guys. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a wonderful evening. We'll see you tomorrow night. We'll come up with some good topics, hit on some things, and keep you guys and gals plugged into what's going on around Packers camp, all that good stuff as we get ready to close in on the first preseason game here. So again, can't thank y'all enough. Really appreciate it. For those of you listening on the pod, thank you for making us a part of your day. As always, let's go out and be the change we want to see in the world. Go Pack Go.